Hello, I'm Jay Kelly. Welcome to my channel. Red dot optics are taking the shooting world by storm. Personally, I don't like them for concealed carry, but for competition pistol shooting like IDPA or USPSA, they really are game changers. Why? And how do you make the transition from iron to optics? First, some brief side comments. I'm talking about pistol use only. I don't really have experience with optic-mounted rifles or carbines, so I'll leave that to others who do. Also, my negative view concerning concealed carry pertains to civilian use, does not apply to law enforcement or the military. They have different needs and requirements. However, for personal carry, I just believe they're an unnecessary complication. If you're ever faced with a lethal force situation, it will most likely be up close, say from 5 to 7 yards. In that case, you'll probably just be point shooting and never see any sights. Plus, if you do need them, I'd hate to be dependent on technology that may or may not be turned on. And they add bulk, weight, complexity to the gun that makes it harder to conceal and to manipulate it from concealment in an emergency. However, this is all much less important in shooting sports competition. So, why are optics game changers in shooting sports? Because they're just so much faster with initial shots on target, target-to-target transition, and with repeated shots on a single target. Why is that? Simply put, red dot optics eliminate the multiple focal point changes required before a shot is taken, and they maintain an absolute target focus at all times. Let's drop back and explore the normal target engagement steps. I'm going to use two guns. Both of them have no magazine, an empty chamber. I'll show you the second one as well. No magazine, empty chamber. I want to first look at iron sights and see how do we use them for normally engaging a target. Well, first of all, we see a target. So you see the target down range, you're looking down range, and then you bring the gun up towards it. What you're doing is you're identifying the target first. Be sure of your target and what's beyond it. And then you're bringing the gun up on line, on your sight line, between your eye and the target. But what you have to do is focus on the front and rear sights. They have to be in alignment. If the gun is tilted up a little bit, or it's tilted to the left or to the right, then the sights will not be in alignment, and you'll have no idea where the bullet trajectory is aimed. So, you identify a target, you bring the gun up, but focus on the sights, front and rear, to get good sight alignment. Then you look at the target and place the aligned sights over top of that target where you want the point of impact to be. Back to the front sight for a final focus on the front sight, and then finally you press the shot. You see the target, you focus on your sights, you look back at the target, you look back to the front sight, and then fire. Now we can discuss alternate methods. And is the secret to good shooting really front sight, front sight, front sight, as so many professionals proclaim? But whatever, the bottom line is there are multiple eye shifts between the target and the sights. Add in shooter or target movement, and it can become a really complicated dance. But either way, it takes time. With optics, the shifting focus goes away. You look at one thing only, the target. You see the target, verify the target and what's beyond it. You bring the gun up. When you bring the gun up, you don't look at the sights. You don't look at the gun. You continue to focus just on the target. When the red dot appears on the target where you want the bullet impact to be, you press the shot. You treat the dot as it appears on the target as if it's a laser dot appearing on the target. Never shift the focus from the target. It's that simple, and it is extremely fast. So that is why so many are making the transition from iron to optics. But why do so many folks have difficulty with that transition? In my opinion, it's because they continue to shoot as if they had iron sights. Most treat the red dot as if it's a fiber optic front sight, and they place it on the target, and they're checking for alignment. They continue to process back and forth with the dominant eye, looking at the target, looking at the dot, looking at the target, looking at the dot, as this takes time. And it also allows for confusion to enter in, especially if there is dot movement or target movement or shooter movement involved. The solution is simple in theory, but very difficult in practice. Again, never look at the gun, only at the target. But what if the dot does not appear? Well, the tendency at that point, if you don't see the dot, is to try to find it. You try to look back at the gun, you're looking back at the sight, where is that dot, finding the dot to steer it back onto the target. Again, like you're using a red fiber optic instead of the dot. Don't fall into that trap. Now give this a try. Look across the room at some object. Stick out your forefinger of your strong hand. Raise your arm to your sight line and point at the object, but look only at the object. Okay? Now, your finger will be in your peripheral vision lined up on that object. If it's not, you don't need to look at your finger, just move your whole arm. The red dot works the same way. The gun is merely an extension of your arm. The gun up on target, the dot is going to be in your peripheral vision. Don't look at the dot. Just move your arm a bit and it'll drift into place. So the dot will drift into place. Once the dot is in the location where you want the bullet impact to be, you press the shot. Target focus is never lost, and that's what's key. With the exception of bullseye shooting, extreme accuracy is not the game. Speed with reasonable accuracy is the goal. You do not need to hit the exact center of the target. Anywhere in this 8-inch circle on a standard IDPA target is good enough. No penalty points added to your score. If you miss that area by an inch or so, it's still going to be just a single second penalty. You want to see the dot as it comes across, press the shot, and move on. The technique is sometimes called competition effective accuracy. Interestingly, you can go fast enough that hitting the 1 second zone and actually be faster than holding out for that perfect zero hit. If you lead the accuracy list, you're giving up a speed advantage. Try it. I think you're going to like it. In conclusion, optics are a game changer. So you need to change your game to take advantage of it. Target focus. Forget bullseye shooting. Competition effective accuracy is the name of the game. Thanks for watching, and as always, shoot safe.